Okay. Okay, so this is a demo from a game that we played was it Monday night, I think? Yeah, against Applechips, I think, for the new TF2 team. So this is just off-season practice for going up to Steel next season. So this is PL Badwater. First things first, check the medigun. And a thing that medics can often do on this map is they'll start with the quick fix, and if at around the 30-second mark they can actually change to the medigun and still get their Uber out, because they're not going to be immediately charging or anything like that. So you want to check for that. Even if you see a quick fix immediately, they might not actually use it. So I used a cloak and dagger here for the first point setup, and because of the way that my team holds back on just the classic sort of Badwater first point, I like to sort of just tell everybody what's happening, what's coming, so they know what to expect. First thing, let's turn around. I think here comes Kid C. Look at him run! Run, Kid C. And Dushk, who is late.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. So, information. Sniper's important one. Oh, call that. Demo's jumping. Unfortunately, he actually drops our med here. It was... yeah, I should have called that a bit sooner. I have a tendency to stutter when it comes to that sort of thing. If I realize something's start to panic. So yeah, call it the soldiers weren't using the direct hit, and he's over on the left. Engineer, it's good information for the NG. And now, that calling out with the heavy is low. Our demo man and our because we have no medic, you know, we're sort of our teamers playing without heals. It's kind of hard for them to do anything. So they're forced out of position, which is nice. So right now, what I'm really trying to do is I want to get the medic. So I notice I don't see the pyro, so this guy's the pyro. So I'm pretty sure he's gone down. And the med falls, and here just do a bit of spinning around on top of his head. Get behind him. I don't expect to survive here, but it's just surf away the stickies. Demo man's not gonna look for me on top of the rock. I was thinking about engaging him, but he's a bit too aware. So instead I just decided that, and since I can hear the soldier, always remember what you can hear. I decided I'm just going to take the sniper. He's not wearing the razorback, so we should just always try and pick him. I think that was, I don't know if he was looking for me or what was the reason for that sticky, but he was lucky to get me. Meds up again here. Now here I'm going to be aggressive with my decloak and try and get him. Yeah, I thought he was going to follow the soldier in there, and I thought I'd be able to cross and get him quickly, but thankfully Chaco just shoots him in the face. I believe they were trying out scouts actually for this map, so Johnny was trying to figure out who was of the two was better. So we haven't had a chance to hold on roof, I think, at this stage, but I think we do actually get a roof hold up, because even though they capped the first point really quickly because they managed to drop Q, we still got in and managed to get a sort of a semi-decent hold. Yeah, I remember what happens here. So what I'm doing here is I'm just camping on the point, camping in front of the point, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give my team a chance to sort of get on and keep it, but I got called out. I should have checked for the Soleil, I didn't expect him to be there. So what I was really trying to do there is just stop people from getting onto the cart. Saves our team some time, maybe gives them a chance to get on and get a good second hold. So they've capped second pretty quickly, and one of the things that you don't want to do is try too hard to hold second. Second's only a good hold if you've got it set up by the time they arrive. Otherwise third is a much better hold, and you're better off to try and keep that. So there, I saw the spy behind code, so I told him. And I saw the spy in here as well, and he drops down, so. But it doesn't mean I have to stop chasing him. So I get a little bit of help, managed to trap him there. Now, I get bumped here. I was surprised at this, I didn't think the scout would have spotted me. And I was never going to get out of that situation. But still, tell my team that who's on the cart, tell them what help they have if I know that, and tell them that there's a mini sentry there as well. So I'll tell Johnny as well that that's where the mini sentry is, so you can try and kill it. Do you kill sentries? Sentry's alive. There's actually a very, very good SFM that has a thing about like engineer building sentry. It's excellent. If I can think of it, find it again, I'll put the link in the description. Called it the Sniper's Gun Boiler. For those who don't know, we call this room house, and then there's boiler is that room over to the right hand side there, which is with all the pipes in. I get found out here, but I do manage to get away, thankfully. Now I can tell from here that Lardox has just got in and caused a big distraction inside in that room. So I'm in between two minds here about whether I'm going to wait. I decided to go up. They've popped, so I'm just going to try to go up and just try and make the most of the post super fight. But the heavy actually calls me out pretty easily, but it's fine. Just trap here. That medic shouldn't have turned around. Now, call that this Sully's and Boiler. I'm going to try and get him anyway, but it's good to know because my team can put a distraction on. He blows himself up, I'm fine with that. You don't, every kill doesn't necessarily have to be a backstab. Especially because you have all that information in terms of how much health a soldier has. And anybody has it's explosive classes, you can get right up in their face, they can often kill themselves if you have full health. Chaco kept picking that sniper before I could get near him. Again, since I saw the sniper was in Boiler, I told Chaco that's where he's going for, so I need to get him. So here I was just getting unlucky. One thing I will say for this Pyro is he is very good at finding me, but he air blasts me too much. I mean, I shouldn't have survived anywhere near that long. If he had just used the degreaser and just kept the flames on me, I wouldn't have survived half as long. One thing I find Pyros do a little bit too much is they just rely too much on the air blast, because the air blast, I mean, it's much easier to get away from a Pyro who air blasts a lot than it is one who just flames you. If a Pyro knows how to keep his distance from you and keep the flames on you, it can be really hard to deal with. I must think about changing my HUD, because I find a lot of the time that I can't really make out the health, any bigger health when I mouse over people. Now, call where the sniper is and pick them anyway. Now here I know the sniper's down, so we're going to disguise as the sniper. The sniper's a sort of a player who's going to be behind a lot, and even though you know he's not going to be running right up behind a medic or whatever, I can pick this guy. Now here, one of the best things you can actually do in that situation where I knew that the engineer had seen me was just stand still. A lot of the time they expect you to run away or get into corners. Now, myself and Jushk combined to kill the medic. He's low health, so that's information your team needs to know, and together we were able to kill him. And right here, this is our third hold. This is a point where we were kind of... This is a good amount of time to be holding third. And this is, like I was saying, holding third can often be a lot better than holding second. You can get much better times at third, especially if you have a good sniper. So here I'm just watching through this window. I'm trying to kind of make a decision. I can stay in this room. I actually see that the engineer is a teleporter back there, but I decide since I see the whole team coming, I'm not going to make it through that door unnoticed. So I'm going to, you know, take a bit of a risk. I have the cloak and daggers, so I can just make a time pick if I need to. And hopefully, since I know they're coming this way, hopefully the opportunity shall arise. So they're just getting forced out. I find a lot of the time as a spy you can your team are doing your job for you. Now, I don't know how that didn't notice me, but what I was actually trying to do there is, if your heavy gets in your face like that and you're, say for instance there, I'd strafe to the left and the heavy tries to track me to the left, if you immediately strafe again to the right you can sometimes get a backstab if you're fast, but the medic was in my way and I got body blocked. Just gets you surviving. So now our third is down. We've lost third. So here I decided I'm gonna, I think about maybe changing loadout. You see, at the minute, you see, where we are right now, the card is so far back that I'm gonna stick with my cloak and dagger loadout, because what I really want to do is I want to get behind them. I want to get up into that upper area up behind them there, and hopefully maybe get a time pick, but slow them down. But I get called out. So instead, what I really want to do is when the card is close, I'm going to try and more or less just try and pick anybody who comes alone to the cart. I'm going to try and kill them before they can really get any push on it. So here I'm going to use my aggressive loadout. Help Chocolate out, you know, shoot down that sniper, shoot down that engineer. Chocolate gets the close range headshot. Now one thing I always find with your engineer is, you know, don't always have your shotgun out either. There's not many engineers who run around with the shotgun out. They'll have their whatever their range. So here I couldn't believe he didn't force there. He was brave, but I thought I'd get the force. Also tell your team they're coming from map room, of course. Told my team that, not it was just able to come around. He was able to drop the med because the med was low. So he's coming around back here. Destroyed by Alice. I don't know why Alice was using the Iron Bomber. He seems to like that thing for whatever reason. He reckons it's very spammable, I think. That I was completely oblivious, I had no idea. But at the same time, the spy didn't need to make that pick. Where he was a good bit, like he was behind my team, and he was in a position where he could have made some actually decent picks. I wasn't really that big of a pick, if you know what I mean. So I can tell my team that he's there, so they know what to expect of him. If I had been in that situation, I wouldn't have killed the spy. I would have just let me run by, you know what I mean. So here I'm just going to try and stick on the card. The card heals you, you might as well just stay there. Just wait for something to happen. Now, I know that thing is there. I managed to survive with 2 health here. I shouldn't really have gone for that stab, I don't think. I thought maybe I'd just be able to get a quick face stab. But I know that's a spy. Now I know I was saying I wouldn't have stabbed the spy before, but that's a different situation, because that way, I know he's going to run it, he's using the dead ringer, so all I'm trying to do is just make him use it out of position, so he doesn't have it anymore. So Pyro's chasing me. I thought I'd get this. Corner stabs are, you know, there's a certain range I find. Corner stabs can be really obvious sometimes, especially in competitive, but like, I mean, when you're playing iron or steel, you can still get away with them a lot, but especially when it's a situation like that where you run around the corner and you do have to wait, that's the time when they tend to work a little better. Now there I saw the sniper barrel pointing to the door, and I was like, there's no reason for a sniper to be there, so shoot him down. Again, that situation, he had the ambassador, but I still, like, I mean, I always find that after a spy gets the first ambassador shot at you, a lot of spies anyway, that their gun work just goes to shite after that. There. Brady killed me. Again, don't ever feel bad if a Pyro's dominating you. If he's doing his job right, he shouldn't be dominating you. He's your most natural counter. So this is a pretty good hold we have here as well. So here I'm just going to try and spam with the gun across. I know that scout's low enough, and I mean, I'm only got to do 21 damage from that range, but it's still it's for a low health target like that, it's still going to make a difference. So here, no, it's not chocolate every time. Anyways, close. So there, I know the Pyro's chasing me. So, what I was really trying to do is, rather than wonder about where he was, I was trying to keep my distance. As long as he's not within a range to actually flame me, then as long as I keep running forwards, we are the same speed as a Pyro. You're the same speed as a Pyro, so if you can't flame me from where he currently is, if you can stay in front of him and just keep running forwards, a lot of the time he'll kind of give up and think you've run into a corner. So just don't turn around. You move slower when you turn around, so you backpedal. Here, I'm pretty sure I'm going to change loadout here. Oh, here we have to switch soldiers. So we don't actually have a soldier for our very first push. They're nice. Applechips are nice. I think it's Applechips you're playing. Anyway, I must check that. Whoever it was anyway, they're nice. So yeah. So we have nothing for our first push. Also, check the medigun. It's always going to be the medigun on bad water. It's so rare that it would be anything else. And then what I like to do here is kind of just wait for my team to try and I'm going to try and get behind their team and get into a position so that I can get to the gun quickly, and then I'm just going to coordinate the sap with my team, because a lot of this first point is more just about, you know, they're only really going to try and hold based on whether or not the sentry goes up, and as soon as the sentry goes down, they're kind of going to give up. So we're trying to get that as quickly as possible.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got us up. Here comes Smoo. Okay, so run across. Tell my team to demo spam. Also, I see the soldier drop, so I feel like the soldier's just going to spam into the tunnel, so I want to have my distance from him. So if he just starts firing rockets down there, I want to be far enough away that I can just dodge him and he doesn't see me. I don't know where the sniper is. I could try and pick the sniper here, but at the same time, a lot of this hold is based on the gun, and Chocolate's well able to take down their sniper, so he doesn't need my help. So I'm just going to hold out here. I'm going to wait for our team to push in, and Audit, for whatever reason, as a demo man, decided that he was going to try and be Rambo, and so they got their spy. I don't know exactly what he tried. I couldn't even see. I just heard like heaps of laughter through the mic, and then Audit's dead. So it kind of slowed our push a lot, and we had to try other things. But still, it's good to, like, I mean, this is just a scrim, so again, it's important to try these things, because, I mean, if you're, you know, I mean, these crazy strategies might occasionally work, like a super aggressive demo man. Didn't in this case, but even if something like that happens where, you know, we couldn't rely on our demo man for whatever reason, maybe he dropped out, we'd already used our pause and an official, it's important to know how to push without those classes. So here what I'm really doing is just waiting. I'm waiting for them to tell me that they want the sap, and I'll try and get it then. With the amount of players that are around the engineer, I'm not going to get it by myself. But what I'm going to try and do is, when I get body blocked, I don't even get the sap on. So yeah, all I'm really trying to do is, I'm going to open it up so that my team can destroy it. You know, our angled sentry can be really, really hard to take down with just stickies or a heavy gun, or a minigun. So it's important to, you know, just get a sapper on it. It helps out your team so much, because then as well the engineer has to get close to it if he wants to have any chance of keeping it up, and then your engineer can go down. Coordination's important. So here I'm still running the cloak and dagger because it's still the first point, and what I'm really going to try and do here is, I can see that the sentry gun is there, and I see that they've dropped down, and they're gonna, you know, they go on their sort of red alert when the thing is there. So what I was actually trying to do here was disguise as a friendly. That's what I would usually do, so that when they kill me, they think that they've killed a different class. But I was playing with binds recently, and I actually managed to break my my bind for changing team disguise. So here, because I don't know, we were so far away from the meta kind of at the minute, what I was really trying to do was I was just trying to tap the card over the edge, and I'm pretty sure this is what I try to do in this life as well. So there's a sniper. The sniper was okay. It always hit you, but it wasn't always a headshot either. So there, you see, I know that the engineer is down, so I tell my team how low the sentry is. And you see, at this point, I'm kind of relying on my team to take out the sentry. I should. No, the engineer's up now. See, now that the Chocolate's taken down their sniper, you see, he has a lot that he can do with in terms of the cart, in terms of the sentry gun. So here, I just managed to push. But unfortunately, the scout comes after me. And then the kid reacts so quickly. So again, as you know, anyone who's ever played sort of competitive before knows that this is a pretty long hold for first. They were doing well. And there, you see the way I saw our sniper running across the front. I feel that wasn't actually our sniper. If you're ever suspicious at all, you know, better to, you know, tell people. I mean, also, if you're not sure, tell people you're not sure. Okay, now here, cloak and dagger, one of the advantages, I can time this to whenever I want it, and I get the cap. Even though Sully comes through, I still get it. Now you do go down, but at the same time, I'm not sure exactly how that affects the spawns, but as well as that, it's kind of like just like a little mental victory for my team. You know, when you're in that situation, you still haven't capped first point. You know, it can affect morale, especially when there's 9 people in a game like Highlander. When there's 9 people on your team, it's, you know, you really want to try and keep spirits up, because if things start to go badly, people can start to complain. It can be hard to get that morale back. So here I'm just going aggro spy. I never use the ambassador, but I'm just trying to use it really just to I don't know, get kills. Ah, this is, it slowly bumped me. I couldn't believe it. I just get by a spam rocket. If I could have showed you my first game from the season, first game of whatever last season of UGC Highlander was, God, my first, I just kept having really, really bad luck with things. Like, I got fully charged body shot from across the map by a sniper while I was moving across a cloaked, like, and just silly things like that. There's also a video of me that was sent into Sin from a time when I had also terrible luck. There was a glitch where basically a pyro reflects, I'll put a link in the description, but it was just a reflect gone wrong, and I got the brunt of it. But no, this is again, I'm trying to move the card here. I'm gonna try, what I'm doing is I'm just moving the card here, and the scout's gonna try and, you know, follow me around, so just try and waste time for them, distract the scout. In hindsight, that was probably a bad move, you know. If I had just gone up and sort of really focused down the sentry, I mean the sentry goes down there, but if I really gone and focused it, we probably could have all been pushing the card more. Oh, Code, so when he said that to Code, it's like, oh Code, there's a spy chasing you. Nah, doesn't even phase him. It's like, yeah, okay. Just turns around and kills him. And yeah, this is another thing. Check behind for teleporters. Because all of a sudden, if you don't pick up if you don't manage to destroy a teleporter, all of a sudden you're gonna be on the back foot. And there's a soldier behind, and you know, nobody's called him out because nobody knew he was there. And they have no hold here. All of a sudden, here come all the respawners. And I just respawn behind, and the engineer sees me. It was a risky decloak, I knew that, but you know, it's one of those high risk, high reward moments. But also, from that little you know, exchange I had with the engineer, I know that the engineer's out of position, so I would imagine, so I'm calling that to my team that if the engineer's there, there's very little chance of there being a gun up on third. So that calls for my team to be aggressive. There's Dushk. Good to have him back. Now Sully's behind, right? At this point, this is kind of, these are going to slow my team down, and I'm feeling a bit ballsy, so I kind of feel like I can, you know. So that also, that engineer is definitely not our engineer, so mess with the stab, then get it, then manage to scare the spy off. I know that he's behind somewhere, but you know, it's really not worth my time chasing him for much longer. And he goes down anyway. So now, walking through boiler. This is something that I've done before where, like that, I've had the options of sneaking the card in, or I've had the options of getting a pick, and I always find that at this point, you're better off to try and just get a pick. Sully spots me though. There, you see, at this point I actually shouldn't have been using the cloak and dagger. I really should have been on the invis watch. You get a much longer. With the lat ranger and the invis watch, you actually get a really... Did I change to the big kill? I don't know. Let's see. Yes, I do. I changed to my my big kill loadout to try and be aggressive. No, chips and chocolate make them feel paranoid. Also, when your engineer doesn't have a teleporter up at this point, it's so boring, that walk. Oh my god. So there's a boiler. Sniper's watching. Call out. You see, I can see that the sniper has full health, or he's buffed. Tell your team he's buffed. Important. Again, that information is important for your sniper now. I'm gonna get found out here. So, just try and distract. Also, call that the engineer's away from that gun. So, you know, I'll tell my team that, then, you know, I can get in there and blow it up.
The cart has stopped!
Success. We have been awarded additional time.
So that, if those of you who don't know, you can actually forward spawn like that, where I could have walked all the way forward, but instead I just changed my hat so that I was in, getting to the next spawn. So here, I think I heard a spy. I think their spy was using the spicycle, and I remember one thing, the spicycle doesn't show up, because it's a silent kill, it doesn't show up in the kill feed, but oh, here I was realizing that my team disguise button wasn't working. So here I'm milking stuff, so I'm going to try and use my dead ringer just to survive, get out. An interesting point about the dead ringer, for those of you who don't know, is that, oh, this was just ridiculous. I don't know if they heard me or what, but like, you know, the spy just happens to come in here. I don't think he actually died there, and then I got called out. I think that was just bad luck more than anything. Unless the spy heard me, which means I don't know why he was attacking me. But yeah, the dead ringer gives you 6 seconds, 6.5 maybe, of regular cloak, provided you don't take any damage. But if you, it actually got nerfed, the last nerf I think it was, if you pick up any extra ammo to extend your cloak, after those 6.5 seconds, your cloak turns into a standard sort of invis-watch cloak, so you no longer get the 90% durability, and you don't get the you know, the constant, you know, you can still be sort of seen if you get bumped. Fires there, less than me. I don't really know what I was trying there. I remember at the time kind of thinking that was just a bad idea. I just jumped onto the card. It was so silly. Taking the teleporter if I know that there's nobody else up. And I help since I know that he's so low, what I'm gonna really do is try and block off the health for him. And I couldn't believe they actually killed code, but I knew it was low, so all it took was a face stab. I didn't think he'd actually get the kill on our medic, so on our engineer, so I'm gonna try to drop down and get a sap, but there were more players there than I thought. That was more of just a. There was about 30 seconds left. We really needed the gun to not be there, so I thought that you know, rather than trying to time a pick, I'd rely on luck. You know, when you've only got a few seconds left, it's you know, hard to sort of say what you're gonna do right. I thought he was gonna take the teleporter there, but nope. He said she picked up Jenny so they can both zoom. Maybe the study was doing work. At this point we kind of knew we weren't going to win. Just, you know, pad the stats.
Mission ends in 10 seconds.
No, I just wanted to get the stat before it ended. Oh, I messed it up. Yeah, I got it. Just pad the stats. Once you know it's a lost cause, that's what's more important.